Welcome to Jason's Jewel of the Week, your one stop shop where you can find the one pick I put my name on, as well as my money on NFL games against the spread. Boasting an overall record of 28, 11, and 1 over the last two seasons and counting, while sitting at 2 and 1 this season, heading into week 4 of NFL action, I bring these picks to you with the sole purpose and intention of increasing our bankroll every single week. Now, last week, I landed on the Indianapolis Colts, who were a 3.5 point favorite against the Tennessee Titans, and Indiana Jones and the Colts showed up and showed out as we had an easy, sweat-free cover last week as the Colts won handily 41-20. Now, I hope you jumped on this spread early when I gave it to you because it did move to 4.5 like I thought it would. And while the spread did not they won 41-20. So 3.5, 4.5, whatever you got it at, you covered. Fact remains, though, you want to jump on these as early as possible. As soon as I release it and you hear it, run to your books and place the bet before the line moves, because chances are it might have already moved by the time you hear this video. But anyway, I'm not going to get into the specifics of the blowout, but I will mention that the Colts are now 3-0, and Daniel Jones, a.k.a. Indiana Jones, a.k.a. formerly known as Danny Dimes, has got the Colts playing some good football while looking like a whole new quarterback. Ton of credit does go to Jonathan Taylor, who currently has more rushing yards individually than more than half of the teams in the NFL. I'll say that again. Jonathan Taylor has more rushing yards than 17 teams in the NFL. Anyways, I wanted to show some love for the Colts. Thank you for cashing that bet. The Colts are off to a hot start. Their new QB is looking good. Their throwback running back is looking good. And they are in a good position to win the AFC South as the season continues. The Colts just might be back. Now, on to this week's Jewel of the Week. And this one, folks, it hurts my heart. But hey, look, when it comes to gambling, there ain't no love. So you're just going to have to do what you got to do and keep it moving. But anyway, this one hurts my heart, but it must be done. And that's right. I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Baltimore Ravens, as the Chiefs are currently a 2.5 point underdog, which is where I locked them in at. You see, the Ravens defense is absolutely ass right now. And Patrick Mahomes needs nothing more than a sorry ass defense that don't know what they're doing for him to get his swagger back. Both the Ravens and Chiefs are sitting at 1-2 right now. And while I am not worried about the Ravens, the Chiefs need to right the ship quick because they have looked pedestrian to start the season. And truthfully, Mahomes hasn't looked great or elite for a couple years now. Again, we can have that conversation whenever you want to. And this Ravens defense may just be what the doctor ordered. But anyway, this Kansas City defense is still pretty damn tough. And I imagine they would study the Lions film to see exactly what they did to stop Lamar Jackson. Well, I say stop Lamar Jackson. They slowed him down. So I imagine they would look to see what the Lions did and try to duplicate that, because some people think the Kansas City Chiefs have the best defense in the league. I'm not one of those folks, but Kansas City Chiefs, if you told me they had a top 5, top 10 defense in the league, I definitely agree with that one. So it's not going to be an easy game at all for the Ravens. And like I said, this defense is still pretty damn tough, the Kansas City defense. They won't give up much on the ground, so I don't expect Derrick Henry to go crazy. And I am not sold that the Ravens can win a game of this magnitude on the road. Not this Ravens team. Not yet, anyway. Maybe this will change by December, but in September, right now, this Ravens team does not look good enough to go anywhere to win a game of this magnitude on the road. So either going to be right or wrong, but truthfully, at 2.5 points, giving the Chiefs 2.5 points at home, that feels like free money, folks. So if you like me, maybe throw a little bit on the money line. Can't hurt you anyway, because like I said, I think the Chiefs are going to win. So if you think the Chiefs are going to win, go on and make you a money line bet as well. Throw some on the spread, throw some on the money line, count your chips at the end of the day. Andy Reid should coach circles around John Harbaugh. So go on and lock it in. Jason's Jewel of the Week, Kansas City Chiefs at plus 2.5 against the Baltimore Ravens. That is your Jason's Jewel of the Week. Now, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Jason's Jewels channel on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe to the Clearly Confused podcast channel on YouTube. And make sure you check out all the episodes of my flagship show, Jason's Jewels, which will come to you every Wednesday during the NFL season. But for now, let's go on and get this money. Chiefs plus 2.5 versus the Ravens. Lock it in. Let's get this money. Good luck with your bets, folks. Peace.